What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mr. Cheap Sense here, and just chillaxing at the moment. I'm pretty much done with everything I had to do for tonight. So here's my review, or not review, my first impression. This is something that I need to start doing more of, being that I review a lot of fragrances or talk about a lot of fragrances. I don't really give my first impression on a lot of things. And so I think that's what I'm going to start doing more of, initial first impressions. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends. But first off, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please do so at this time. Make sure you ring the bell for notifications. There's an icon that's going to open up just above the bell. Make sure you hit all so you get all content uploaded through this channel. Then you're going to want to like the video, which means hit that thumbs up button. Then share the videos. That is very important in the growth of our channels. Sharing. The more you share these videos, and with more people comes more subscribers. So make sure we all are sharing these videos, even if it's just if somebody asks about a specific fragrance on, say, Facebook or Instagram, and you know one of us has talked about that certain fragrance before or seems to have that kind of knowledge, why not just say, hey, hit up Mr. Cheap Sense. He talked about this fragrance yesterday, or he has it in his collection. See what he thinks about it. And I'll do it, and vice versa. Then after all of that, make sure you are active in the comment section. That's important also. It helps us learn what we can do to better ourselves as reviewers, growth, and so on and so forth. So now with all of that out of the way, let's get to it. Now, yesterday was the start of me sampling and testing fragrances from Miguel Matos. And for those of you who don't know who Miguel Matos is, then you can Google him and find out for yourself. Y'all thought I was finna tell y'all something, did you? I still don't know who the guy is. I'm not one for doing a lot of homework. I really wasn't that great when it came to school and stuff like that. I hated school. There was only probably 2 periods that I actually 3, I should say, lunch, PE, and I was real good at writing. So those were the only 3 periods, I should say, in school I was good at. Everything else I sucked. I did graduate barely, but I don't do a lot of homework. If I really need to look up something, then yeah, I'll do it, but I don't like doing a lot of tedious stuff. So if you don't know who Miguel Matos is, just type his name in and his website will pop up. You may be able to get some information on the guy, learn more about him. But yesterday I wore a Sailor Story, or Sailor Stories, I should say. And that one wasn't for me at all. I wore it, and it's not a real bad fragrance. It's just not to my liking. I'll just say that. Now, Miracle of Roses. I have been actually looking for a good rose fragrance for a guy, and this one is right up my alley. Now, a lot of guys aren't going to be into this type of stuff because when you say rose, most of the time you think of a female, and you think of maybe giving them something, roses on their birthday or anniversary or Valentine's Day or something like that. And I'm pretty sure the majority of the guys that are subscribers to this channel, in which I don't have that many females that I know of subscribed here, but most guys have smelled roses before. Roses to me have a nice smell to them. Some guys may just be like, it's just a flower. It's not all of that. They may look pretty. Women love them. But for somebody like me who sometimes takes time to really actually smell flowers and smell roses, and this is my sensitive side speaking. This is not the so-called thug or the guy that y'all see, firing off shots in videos and stuff like. This is not that guy. This is the guy who knows how to treat a woman when I have to, because technically I don't have a girlfriend. I do have a friend. We are becoming closer, but for the most part, I don't do a lot of the stuff that I used to do. As far as like showering a woman with flowers and running baths and stuff like that. I don't do a lot of that stuff because a lot of females these days just don't seem to be interested in that kind of stuff. And most females see the sensitive, soft side of you and they take advantage of that. And they look at you like you're not masculine, you're not manly, and it just doesn't, in most cases, turn out good for some of us guys, especially me. I've been through the ringer the past few years. But anyway, when I first sprayed this fragrance on, you get a realistic rose smell. This is not that synthetic, off-putting, overly stringent type pungent rose smell, flowery smell. This is not that at all. This smells nice. I'm gonna spray this again. I actually have the dry down on my skin because I sprayed some sprays on, and this puts a nice scent bubble around you. Now, I'm not going to go into note breakdowns and all that. I'm going to leave that for my official review because I am going to wear this once more, maybe around Valentine's Day, depending. But this does put a nice scent bubble around you. If you like floral smells, then this is nice. I know there are a lot of other rose fragrances out there. I saw a few on Instagram. People posted that I saw earlier today. I do want to try some of those, but this one isn't bad also. Miracle of Roses by Miguel Matos. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. You don't get that alcohol blast. Like, I will say, for a brief second or two, when you first spray it on, I get like that Robitussin type smell. You know how Robitussin kind of tastes and smell. I get that for like a split few seconds, but then that rose comes in and it smells nice. I'm not sure if it's like maybe there's like a hint of sweetness in this, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a nice smelling fragrance. I like it a lot. And hopefully someday soon I'll be able to get a full bottle of this. I actually do like this a lot. And it almost reminds you, if you've ever been the type for your significant other, wife or whoever, if you've ever taken roses and peeled the petals off and put them on the bed and sprinkled rose petals in a warm bubble bath or a hot bubble bath. You know, women like that hot water. Guys, we can't take it. But if you've ever sprinkled some roses on a bed, or, even put them throughout the house as she walks in, and that aroma that you get from them, that's what you get. A nice rose smell. You don't want to spray a lot of this. I mean, it's not super potent, but where I'm wearing this right now at this paper mill, and it's like a bunch of guys, if at any point I walk into a certain building, there are a lot of guys, and I don't think a lot of guys would take too kind of you walking around smelling like roses or rose petals, while they're greasy and stuff like this. That they probably would look at you kind of crazy. So I kind of steered clear of a lot of people today. Not a lot of women that work out here. So this is a nice fragrance. once again, it's other subscribers and it's other reviewers. Let me rephrase. There are subscribers and other reviewers out there that actually have given me the opportunity to sample and test out fragrances that I never thought I would be able to get my nose on, especially being in the fragrance world. Now, if I would have never got into this, then obviously there are a lot of other fragrances, either inexpensive or expensive, that I may not have ever even thought about purchasing. This really has been an experience for me, and I thank all of my subscribers and my peers, as far as other reviewers in the fragrance world, for allowing me to be able to smell these fragrances, sample these fragrances. You all have been very generous. I can't say thank you enough. I really can't. And for the most part, I'm still looking forward to a lot more. If there are any other subscribers or reviewers out there who don't mind, giving up a little sample of a fragrance that, you feel like I may not have gotten my nose on, you think would be interesting for me to review. Maybe you just want to see my reaction to something. I'm always available. I'm always open. Hit me up through Messenger. You can hit me up through Instagram. I'll leave the link to my email down below if you want to email me. We can talk more, maybe exchange numbers. For the ones that I have said, I think Outlaw Frags and Ross from TOTG and Trey Sense. I did tell a few of you that once I get through reviewing some of my fragrances, like what's the name of it? Zoologist and a few other fragrances, I will, if there's anything left in the decants or the bottles, I will ship those out, and you all can give your opinions on them, your viewpoints on them. So don't think that I'm just talking just to talk. I am reviewing fragrances. I can only move but so fast. I only got 2 hands, and so as soon as I get enough of them to be able to ship, because I'm not just gonna ship 1 or 2 fragrances, I'm gonna ship a bunch of them. So once I get through doing what I need to do, then just stay on the lookout. And that's all I have. My first impression of Miguel Matos Miracle of Roses. So far, I'm liking what I'm smelling. I will say that the projection on this is pretty good. Longevity, iffy. But we'll see. I am going to give this another wearing, so it is what it is. Here is to smelling great. I'm out. Peace.